here, yeah, okay, we'll do this, yeah, we'll do this. And our history of we put things in place and they aren't followed, and then we put something different in place and it's not followed, and then we put something different in place and it's not followed. The last time that you put contact provisions in place, Dan argued it saying, well, this is regarding criminal matters, and then it was a criminal judge that had to deal with the contact provisions within that recognizance order to have it changed because they said you didn't have jurisdiction over criminal matters.
Well, it's not really my fault.
But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we've tried in the past to put different ways, different avenues, and different directions from you and ways to do this, and it's not been followed.
I think the advantage, if I could expand on that, I think the advantage that we have now is it has been made very clear in my probation order as well as my probation officer that you can direct the communication, and my probation officer has made it very clear that she will encourage and do whatever she can to facilitate any direction.
So tell me, Karen, what's the alternative?
I don't know, because I don't know what the other options are.
Well, I mean, you've got to communicate somehow. Regardless of your application about reduced parenting time and you would like to have sole decision making, all of that stuff, there's still going to be communication that's required, no matter what, no matter what the answer is. And I'm just trying to find a solution. I mean, we've done this before. I'll give you some ideas that I've seen, that you don't communicate at all. And that when the kids are with him, you don't have any say. And when the kids are with you, he has no say. And I mean, which is ridiculous in my view, but in some cases we have to do that. Those are the really high conflict people, and sometimes we have to do that. So that's one option. It's not one that I'm really interested in doing for you guys, but that's an option. I'm trying to figure out a way to help you guys communicate better, regardless of the outcome of all of this other stuff. That issue is really bothering me. And it's high conflict. I get it. And I'm not pointing fingers. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I just am trying to say, what would work? Dan's saying I would be committed to that. You don't know anything about this program, okay? You don't know it. Right. You don't know whether it'll work.
I think the other thing that is it's potentially a positive with that program is that we have a financial stake in that program. So we're putting up some money. It adds to the, do you know what I'm trying to say?
You've got some skin in the game, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're putting up the money to use it. So
well, we'll give that some thought. Okay, so let me think about it. That was troubling me, and I was hoping somebody would talk about that in your argument because it's been bothering me throughout here. Now, I want to ask you guys, I don't know what happened. At one point, I had directed you guys to go to a parenting coordinator. Whatever happened there, I don't even know. What happened?
The no contact.
Was it, Petrie? Was it Petrie?
Yeah.
Patricia Petrie.
And what happened?
We'd never attended.
You never did? Was it a financial thing? I'm sure it is.
I'm sure that was part of it, yeah.
I'm sure it is.
I actually have other clients who work for CPS who parenting coordination is covered through their CPS benefits.
Really?
But I don't know that for sure. I don't know if that's a specific situation or a different department, but if that would be something that maybe is recommended, maybe something to be looked into. But
do you guys know anything about that? Do you know what
I don't.
Well, it's using a psychologist in the role of a parenting coordinator. Because I'll tell you where I fit. Again, I'm very concerned about you guys.
Yeah, Nancy does work as a parenting coordinator, but now that you
couldn't use her.
That's why she was.
Yeah, you couldn't use her because that would be a conflict of interest. But so let me explain. Look, you guys have conflicts. What I'm going to do is at the end of this day, what some judges do is they retain sort of jurisdiction over a matter. And what they do is they say, look, you guys are high conflict. If anything ever comes up, you're going to come back and see me because I've got all the history. Now, you can't afford to do that, and we've chosen to do this as a final decision. That's what this is going to be. And so I'm prepared to do that. And after I am done, I'm off this file. Okay, I'm finished. Unless the two of you decided to come back. But my role is, according to my agreement, is I'm only up to the final decision, and that's what I've got to deal with. My question, though, is I do not want to throw you guys out to the wolves after this is done, because I'm a realist. There's going to be some problems. I don't know what they are, but there's going to be problems. And one way to deal with that is to go to a parenting coordinator. Then they just take over the role that I've got,